Digital Reflections presentation, Reading Readiness Through Storytime by Barbara J. Kahn. Reading is the key to a lifetime of learning. The sooner we master that skill, the sooner we move from learning to read to reading to learn. Teaching children to read is a common goal of parents and educators. Read Aloud Storytime is a popular way to foster emergent literacy skills in young children. Author Megan Dowd Lambert, in conjunction with the Eric Carle Museum of Picture Book Art, has created an interactive storytime model known as the whole book approach. Can an interactive storytime help a pre-reader gain the skills necessary to begin reading on their own? Yes. The whole book approach to storytime fosters pre-reading and early reading skills by developing print awareness, expanding vocabulary, and creating excitement and engagement in the reading process. I'm the owner of a children's bookstore with an open story time twice per week. I also run a toddler playgroup that focuses on emergent reading skills and offers storybook birthday parties and literacy-based summer camps. Teaching children to read is a personal and professional passion. When we think about teaching children to read, there are 6 skills that are generally accepted as necessary to begin the process. The first is print motivation. This is thinking that books and reading are fun. The second is vocabulary, knowing the names of things. The third, print awareness. This involves recognizing print and understanding how books work. Fourth is letter knowledge, understanding that each letter has its own name and makes its own sound. Fifth is narrative skills. This involves beginning to tell their own stories and describe things. And finally, phonological awareness. This is beginning to be able to recognize and play with the smaller sounds that make up words. As a graduate student at Simmons College, Megan Dowd Lambert began an internship at the Eric Carle Museum. Part of her duties were to present storytime to visiting children, and in the process of doing so, she developed a new interactive storytime approach called the whole book approach to storytime. In this method, Lambert encourages readers to read with the children, not to the children. She incorporates dialogic reading, which involves asking questions throughout the story, with visual thinking strategies, which is an inquiry-based approach to looking at art. She also encourages children to explore and interact with the entire codex, the physical book, as an art form. As we discussed, one of the skills necessary to begin learning to read is print awareness. This is the skill that involves recognizing print and understanding how books work. In a whole book story time, children are asked to go beyond the story and consider artistic choices of the physical book. A discussion might cover items like why the book Madeline is tall with a vertical orientation, perhaps mirroring the Eiffel Tower on the cover itself. But The Hungry Caterpillar, along with other travel books and journey books, are wide with a horizontal orientation. Exploring these details, things like color choice, typeface, and print size, will all help children become very adept at understanding how books work. Reading aloud to a child is recommended to build oral language and literacy skills. All forms of storytime have the potential to grow vocabulary by allowing children to hear words in context, associate them with pictures, and even have them clarified by the reader. In the whole book approach, that new vocabulary will stretch beyond just the story to include words such as codex, end papers, and gutter. Any opportunity to grow a child's word base is an opportunity to ready them for reading. More than anything, the whole book approach creates excitement and engagement in the reading process. Children are asked to participate in the story from beginning to end. Very young children who may not be able to identify letters can identify colors, patterns, and characters, and that makes them feel like they're contributing to the group experience. Open-ended questions invite participation and allow even the youngest participants to make text-to-self connections. Lambert suggests keeping storytime playful and that The key to keeping things playful is to keep children and their responses at the center of your program. Prompting, discussing, asking questions, type, gutter, front matter, back matter. All of these interruptions must destroy the flow of the story. Yes, it's true. Critics are concerned that the whole book approach values analysis at the expense of a story flow. But children are children. Children are not adults. They process stories in their own way. Although stopping and discussing may interrupt the flow of the words, the children are given a chance to read the pictures and to make their own connections with the story. There's no need to force discussion with the whole book approach. Simply let the children's spontaneous reactions guide the experience. Keep story time playful by following the children's lead. The whole book approach is a new twist on the traditional story time. By introducing the book in all its parts, discussing artistic choices and physical properties as well as storyline, and engaging children in the storytelling process, the whole book approach addresses key pre-reading skills. The whole book approach to storytime is an important and useful addition to the interactive storytime toolbox, which will help emergent readers develop into independent readers. Reflections on my research. Well, there's more than one way to tell a story, and there's more than one way to read them, too. I've been interested in learning more about the whole book approach since I first heard about it at the end of 2015. Writing this paper gave me the opportunity to really delve deep into the storytime method and become truly convinced of its value. I've already begun incorporating bits of the approach into my weekly story times. It's been going very well. In fact, I'm already creating a whole group of preschoolers who will one day impress their teachers with their knowledge of end papers. Reflections on the course. It is said that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And that's what this course was for me, and I suspect for many of my classmates. I began unsure of my ability to adapt to a 21st century web-based classroom. In fact, the last time that I wrote a research paper, we used numbered footnotes and endnotes. But through patience, hard work, and the moral support of my classmates, I feel ready to continue and thrive. I've mastered navigating Blackboard. I have APA formatting under control. And I know how to find scholarly articles on the internet. I'm pleased with my eTutor feedback. I'm happy to know how to turn it in. And I'm excited to continue on to a new course. It's never too late to finish what we started.
What's a good thing to do on a rainy day? I'm gonna read a book today. Or when it's too hot to go outside and play. I'm gonna read a